Hello everyone, Grizzly Bear here. We're gonna do some cooking with Grizzly today, and this is a little low. Camera, trying to get the camera angle always, it's just a little bit weird, a little difficult. I said eventually maybe 3 cameras. Oh, I could always do it to where camera 2, edit, this, at a video capture device, add source, add new source. Let's do this one. Done. No? Why doesn't it work? Why does it not work? It doesn't work. Whatever. Let's just go back to this camera for now. Eventually I'll get that fixed, so then I can start facing this way at my computer and be like, oh, this is how we start, rather than me facing this camera. So, you know, whatevers. Alright, so today we're going to do some noodles and chicken. I found a buttermilk sauce. So this one is a buttermilk pasta sauce. You heat buttermilk, chicken flavor, and cornstarch, and you mix it together. And you know, this might be really good because I'll add cheese to it and melt the cheese in it. Okay, I don't care about why it's so good. Just give me the recipe. Alright, so what we'll need is cornstarch. Whoops, nearly dropped a potato. So we're going to try and do this recipe. It's not going to be exact because I don't have enough buttermilk to do exact. Okay. Actually, I might. There's actually still a lot of buttermilk left in this. So maybe I will follow the recipe, or try to. We need to do something with this oil. I don't know what we want to do with it. For now, I'll just put it here. So cornstarch we have in here, buttermilk we got right here, chicken flavor, bouillon, chicken flavor. Okay, so there's that, there's that. Now I'm going to add Parmesan cheese to this. We're going to make this cheesy. So there's some Parmesan cheese, which, you know, whenever you have Parmesan cheese, you know you have to eat a little bit, right? It's kind of the rules. You just pop it open, do a little, and yum, 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 yum. One more. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Alright, so we're going to do that with pasta, chicken, and some carrots. So we're actually going to wait on the sauce. We're going to make the chicken first because in that same pan, instead of a pot, we're going to make the sauce. Wow. Sorry about that. I opened this up, forgetting what I needed. Oh, the noodles. I need a chair to get them. I'm going to get tall. I have a bunch of leftover these bow ties, so I wanted to use them. So what's cool is we only have 2 things to chop up tonight, the chicken and the carrots, so we're going to start by doing that. So I'll hold you guys over here for now. Do this. I'll hold all that right there. Get this cord kind of out of the way. Get the phone out of the way. Then pull out the trash can because we gotta not shred. What is it? Peel the carrots. I need a knife and thingamabobber, cutting board, and knife. Now we're going to be able to use the same thing for both. Here's the pan that I'll need. Cool. Or pot. One of the pots. Because we'll do the carrots first, and then the chicken. So that way we're not getting raw chicken on our carrots. So, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 carrots. Let's do 4 carrots. We like to be healthy. Let's be healthy. Okay. So, let's see if I can get the angle right so you guys can kind of see how I do this. Yeah. Whoop. There you go. That's a little better. I totally meant to do that, and I'm so glad right now that that is like nearly empty at this point in time. Because if it wasn't, that would have been very bad. Easy peasy, just a peel. Just go around in circles. If you miss a couple spots, not a big deal. One, you can go back if you want to get them. Or, you know, it's carrot skin. It's still edible. It's not like it's unedible suddenly. It doesn't, the skin just doesn't taste as good as underneath. It's like an orange. You could technically eat the peel, but it's not as good as what's underneath. Right? Pretty sure I'm not lying to you guys. Pretty sure. Now obviously it's pretty quick to peel. Just quickly peel it. And we're just going to be, what is that called? Steaming these. Easy peasy. Zach has asked me to make the pieces bigger this time, because he has a hard time picking up the sizes that I do. Okay, I got lost. What the heck? The skin of this one looks almost the same as underneath right now. It also helps if you have more lights on. I could turn on one more light, because that's all I have is one more light. Nope. But it is one of the best lights for over here, which I always forget to turn on. Okay, so that's all of our carrots peeled. So I get this thing. This is our steamer holder. Okay, new. Boop. All right. Switch that. Take the tops and bottoms off of these. Once again, just kind of pieces that just don't taste as good as the rest of the carrot. Maybe that piece is a little big, but no big deal. Just don't like go like up here is where you decide the bottom is. That would just be a little weird. Then you wouldn't even have carrot to eat. Okay, so we're going to make it bigger like that. So this means it'll take a little longer to steam to get really like soft all the way through, which I think is the point for Zach. He likes them crunchier. I like them softer. So, yeah, they're going to be softer. The reason why is because I'm cooking. If he was home and he was cooking, he could make them a little bit harder. But I'm at least making them bigger bites so they're easier for him to pick up, because usually I do it like about that size. Which I get can be a little hard to grab with a fork. But it's easier to cook or steam quickly. So we'll get this and the pasta going first, because they're both going to be the ones that take the longest amount of time. And I did 4 carrots because we love steamed carrots. I don't know about you guys, but steamed carrots is probably one of my favorite ways to have any sort of veggie. And my favorite veggie to steam. And it still doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Obviously, the closer to the same you are, the better. Because then they'll all cook the same amount of time. Rather than all be in different consistencies. But you know, we're amateur chefs. We're not professional chefs. We're not too big of a deal. Alright, that's all good. See, I got that all filled up. And we take our pan, our pot. Sorry, this is a pot. Actually, no, let the water get hot first. If your water's already hot when you put it on the stove, it's going to warm up. It's going to start boiling faster than if you start it out. You did not see that. Saw nothing at all. I thought I poured out all the water, but I didn't. Okay, come on, water, heat up. The water over here takes the longest to heat up, I think. Probably because it's farthest away from the water heater thingamabobber. Come on, water. Come on. Burn off my fingers. Hot water. Please, hot water. Hot water. Hot water. Who wants some hot water? Do you want some hot water? I want some hot water. I need some hot water. Hot water. Hot water. Hot water. Hot water. Alright, so you want to go high enough so it won't burn off, but it needs to be lower than that. There we go. That should be good. Oh yeah, plenty. And then I'm just going to take this over. I'm putting it on the back burner. I'm not going to start it quite yet. I'll get started right when I get the noodles poured in. Whoops, loud noises. Cover it with a lid, and it'll even go faster. Alright, now noodles. Did I just have another biggish pot? Yeah, let's do this. So we're just going to use this pot, another big pot. Once again, hot water. Hot water does the soul good. And this one will fill about 3/4 full. Because you want the pasta to be completely covered. Alright, so I'm just putting this on front burner, and then I'm just going to turn both of these on. High to start with, and high for both of them to start with. I don't know if these are clean, but they do look like it. Okay, so next we're going to cut up our chicken. I'm going to grab a bowl to put the cut up chicken in. I will say much easier to move this just by able to tilting it than my phone. Well, I guess it's about the same, like different ways of having to tilt it and control it. I just like this better. Hot water! I only slightly burned myself. Okay. Just rinsing off my hand real quick. Kind of interesting to see the difference between my laptop and my PC. So with my PC, when I'm streaming video games and doing a lot, Streamlabs only uses about 4% of my CPU, whereas on my laptop it uses about 9-10 because the CPU isn't quite as good. Okay. Okay. There we go. There's all that. Flip it over, and we're going to cut this into cubes because we're going to cook it in a pan. And cubes just makes it easier. And it will make it so we can just mix this in to our pasta. So that's kind of the main reason. Come on. Would be good if I used a slightly sharper knife, but I like the smaller knives better than the bigger knives. Preferably, I just feel like I have more control over them. It might be because I have very small hands. Like this, I can tell you right now, this is not a regular gallon. But kind of looks like it. I got chicken on the countertop, so I will need to wash that off when I'm done. Yeah, you're going to get little chunks of carrot on it, but not really too big of a deal. It's just carrot. Ain't going to kill you unless you're allergic to it. And me and Zach are not allergic to carrot. As far as we know, we've never had any issues with it, so Pretty sure we're not allergic to carrot. That'd be interesting to find out now. It's like, oh, you're super allergic to carrot. Like, well, crap. It's like, that's my favorite veggie to eat. I'm just putting the chunks in a bowl to kind of get them out of my way. As I cut. Definitely want to try and keep the chickens a little bit closer in size, because you do want these to try and cook all the same. Boop, boop. Sounds like they're having a party over in the neighbors or something. Maybe. I don't know. I could go look out the window, see what the hell's going on, but I don't really feel like it. I need to get my cooking going. Because it's already 7:10. Because I waited way too long again to start dinner. Because I don't know why. Because I'm lame. I'm lazy. I just... After I got done with streaming games, I didn't want to get up to cook. Like, god dang it. I just wanted to watch YouTube videos for a bit. I did. And I was starting late. And now I regret my decision. I'm kind of considering maybe stopping my gaming streams at like 5:30 instead of 6. So that way I have half an hour before 6. To just relax. Okay, there we go. Everything is all cut up. There we go. And then I'm going to grab a paper towel real quick to wipe down the counter. Okay, that's starting up. This plate's out to be washed off. Okay, there we go. That goes in the sink as well. Alright, so now I can turn you guys around to our fun location. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off from high to medium high. Alright, so let's turn it up a little bit. Okay. I'm just getting stopped by the stuff that's on my countertop. Okay, so we got our 2 pots over there. Let me grab our pan. I figure our medium-ish pan should be plenty large enough. Yeah, I just use it on the smaller one. So go up to medium-high. Go bring this over, which I put it in the way. You know, that's how I am. That's how I do. Now let's get a little. Want a spatula. And then we have salt, pepper. Go through a little bit of garlic powder, cayenne pepper in this. Give it a little bit of a heat to it. That's actually a pretty good angle. Huh. Sweet. I like it. I like that angle. So maybe we'll have one camera angle as this. Another camera angle as my cutting board, and then one that's kind of a whole overview of the kitchen, maybe, that we can talk to or something. I don't know yet. That's actually, I think that's probably exactly what we'll do. And then I'll be able to switch between different setups, between just camera 1, have this as camera 1, cutting as camera 2, view of us as camera 3, and then like, I could do like 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. It'd be all crazy like. 1, 2, 3 would probably only be when I have people over helping me. So like my sister's coming up in July. So that would be one time I'd use it. Oh, I forgot to salt the water. Damn it. That should be plenty of pasta. That should be plenty. A little bit left over. About enough for a serving or so. I don't know if I had a twist tie. If it did, I lost it. Whoops. My bad. Maybe what I'll do is move my alerts. So they're pretty okay where they're at. Come on, heat up. Okay, that's getting just about there. A little oil so that this can start to heat up. Okay, so this can be turned down a bit. Get another wooden spoon. Make sure to stir your noodles so they don't stick to the bottom. And remember, steam is hot, so try not to burn yourself, please. Because steam can burn. Many people don't believe that, but steam can burn you. Just so you know. Oh, and with the laptop, I can raid people again. Yes! If she is still on when I'm done, I know exactly who I'm raiding. Because she is awesome sauce. I'm going to take a picture of this real quick because I do like this camera angle. Because it's like you get to see a little bit of everything that's happening. Like you can see that there's two things back here happening with this. You got that steaming, you got that cooking. But you can see the main action right here. That's the important part right now because this will be the quicker thing. But you still get a little... I love this! Oh yeah! Oh my god, if you guys couldn't tell, I like streaming. I'm very passionate about it, and when something goes really right, it makes me really happy. That was not ready yet. That is okay. It's gonna be a little bit of a slow cook. Okay, let's just spread that out. I 100% thought that was ready, but I am very impatient. I'm more impatient when I'm streaming than when I'm just regular waiting. I need a plate or a bowl for the chicken. Just pull out a bowl. Another bowl. The dishes are clean, so I'm just taking them from the dishwasher. So the more I pull from the dishwasher, the less I have to put away later. Okay. So let's turn this down to like 4. Do a light steam on it. Okay, that's starting to crackle there, so that means it's starting up. Alright, come on, babies, cook it for me. There we go, now it's starting to cook. So we want to get this all cooked where it needs to be. So I'm just trying to get more of it down to the center and all touching. Mini dog. I meant to. Mini figure. Oh, there. Online characters. All right. Give it a second. Stir around a little bit. There we go. Now it's definitely going to start to pick up in the cooking speed pretty soon here. So the reason I'm doing the chicken first and then the sauce because so by the time the chicken comes out, everything in here is going to be cooked, which is good. But it will leave a lot of seasonings in here, so that seasoning will go directly into our sauce, if that makes sense. Because that is how things work well. There we go. And I've done I've done Alfredo sauce like this before, but usually with Alfredo you use heavy cream instead of buttermilk. It did say you could use some buttermilk and use some vinegar in it to make it more like what is that called? The thing that I just used, heavy cream, but then I looked up some other recipes that sounded really good, so I figured we'd try something new. We'd try this, like, chicken mix. It's like it's got a little bit of chicken flavoring in it. And some cream cheese. Or not cream cheese, it's Parmesan cheese. So, like, kind of a mix between the Alfredo sauce and another sauce that I found. little spot on my arm. So I figured that could be pretty yummy, yummy in our tummy, tummy. Yummy, yummy in our tummy, tummy. Do the little dance. I do think I already know which cameras I would like to get for this. I think I'm going to want to get the same cameras I have upstairs because that camera seems to work really well and has a really high quality. Plus it also can be put into these stands, which is awesome. And there's some really, really cool stands. Like, instead of a tripod like this, they're like arms that you can bend and stuff. And like you can clip them onto like, I could clip them onto like my windowsill, or there's some that I could clip onto like the doors to my cabinets and stuff like that. And I am walking my knees. I just realized that. Whoops. I'm gonna grab a quick glass of water. Walk around a little bit so I stop walking my knees so I don't cause myself to like pass out or something. Okay. I'm going to dump a little bit of this oil. Okay. Just use a rag to kind of get the bottom off. Don't burn yourself, please. Okay. Pasta is looking just about done, I think. So let me pull out something to strain it. Yes, strainer here. I just have the strainer placed behind the camera, and we'll strain that out in just a little bit. Oh, there's a piece of chicken up there, kind of trying to hide a little bit. Okay, chicken's pretty much cooked all the way through, so let's throw on our seasonings real quick. So, we're gonna do some pepper. Maybe a little bit too much. Bit of salt. A little bit of garlic powder. Whoops, I got a little bit outside of the pan. My bad. And a wee bit of cayenne pepper for just a little kick. And now remember, these spices, since we're going to stir this, it's going to be on the pan too. So when we do our sauce, these spices will also slightly go into our sauce mix. Oh, look how delicious that looks. Okay, so let me pull up that recipe for the buttermilk sauce. Really? 2 teaspoons of the chicken and 2 teaspoons cornstarch and salt and pepper. Okay, so it actually says if you like a cheesy taste, add some Parmesan and stuff at the end, but we're going to add it during so it actually incorporates into the sauce. Oh, wrong angle. I do need to check the carrots real quick. Check the carrots for how done you like them. Grab a little pot holder. Grab your fork. Oh, they're not even close. Let me get back to up to high. For me, they're not even close. I probably cut them a little too thick. Okay, so the chicken is nice and done. Let's cut a piece just to make sure. Oh yeah, don't know how well you see that, but nice and kind of, it's a white color pretty much. Opaque. It's not pink. That's the important part. You don't want pink in your chicken. Alright, so I'm going to turn this way down. So we're going to go under medium.
That might blister. 100%, a little bit of oil just came out and dropped straight on my foot. Straight up. Okay. So I just want to let this cool down a bit before I actually put it in. Okay. Probably use a little bit of salt and pepper still. I think I have 2 cups of buttermilk still. Let me do a quick calculation. So how many cups are in this first? 1 quart. Is that 4 cups? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Bitch. How many cups in a quart?
That would be 4 cups.
4. Okay, and then 4 quarts equal 1 gallon, if you guys didn't know. So I definitely have 2 because I did not use, I think I used half a cup for our recipes each time. I've done it twice. I'm going to try and scrape a little bit of this up. That's going to be a lot of flavor in this. And so that means I've only used like a total of 1 cup. So we'll definitely have 2 cups in here. There's 2 cups of buttermilk. Okay. 2 teaspoons chicken flavor. Half teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. I might need to get the other chicken flavor for this. 1-ish. A little bit more. There we go. That's about 2. Had to get kind of more of an estimation, just because of how small of an amount there is in there right now. Okay, that's probably nice and done. And then a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. It says if you like it thick, you can add 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. But we're just going to add 2 teaspoons. This is the cornstarch, right? Yeah. Cornstarch. Cornstarch. There we go. 2 teaspoons cornstarch. And it's also all over my hands. That's kind of an important thing. If you guys didn't know, you have to cover your hands with it and just make a mess. So I'm just going to put that back. Alright, and then I grab my whisk. Whisk will be a little bit better for this. And just bring this back up to a medium heat. And just whisk everything in. Nice, constant whisk. Now, the one thing with a pot that would work a little better is you do have higher sides, less likely to splash out. If you just do this quick and in small circles, you should be relatively okay. Okay, let's try a little bit of pasta real quick. Looks pretty good. Bow ties pasta is the best pasta. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to drain this so it doesn't continue to cook. Okay. Need a place to put the actual strainer. What I usually do when I'm straining something, if I think a little bit more water is going to come out from it, then I'll put it, what is that called? I'll put it on a plate underneath it, so if it drains a little bit more, no big deal, it just drains onto a plate and not onto a counter. Okay, that's definitely a lot. There's still a bit of water. I might need to add a little bit of water over there. Okay. No, there's still quite a bit. Water should be fine. It's just if you leave it for like 40 minutes, it's not going to be fine. And we'll just watch it, make sure it doesn't burn. I have burned water in that one before, so Okay. I want to see what this tastes like just on its own. So let me grab a spoon. And we'll add some salt and pepper in just a moment. You know, buttermilk is a good flavor for that. That actually tastes really good. So now what we're going to do, let it kind of start to heat up a little bit. We're going to add in the cheese. Just need a paper towel to set this on. Don't set the paper towel on the stove, at least not on the hot burners, or else it could catch fire. So we're going to add majority of the cheese. This is a 6-ounce, 1.5 cup thing of Parmesan cheese. We're going to add pretty much just about all of it. So we're going to start with that amount. Took out quite a lot. Then we're just going to start whisking this in. It'll slowly start to melt together. And it will take a lot of mixing in, because you'll get like little clumps, but then that should all melt. And whoops, I just poured out a lot. That's one thing you don't want to do, is like go too slowly around an edge. See how that's starting to melt together? What actually might work better now is this. Don't worry, this was only used for pasta. Might actually add a little bit more cornstarch. Add a little bit more cheese in. We're going to do one more handful of cheese, and then leave the rest to actually just eat. Let's just say right now I'm really crossing my fingers that this works, because I've never done this before. Might throw a couple more teaspoons of cornstarch in just to help thicken up this whole thing. Just little circles, try and get everything off the edge and into the sauce. I need some more water in this, I can tell right now. And it's no big deal, you can get a little bit of water and then put it right back on with the lid. It might have to warm back up a bit, but it shouldn't take too long. Especially if you added like hot water to it, that'll help. Okay, just keep stirring your sauce to get everything incorporated to each other. This is definitely a lot of sauce, so next time I probably won't do 2 cups of buttermilk, just because we don't need this much sauce. I probably could have just gone with 1, and I should have gone with 1. Ah, no, I'm making a mess. Not a big surprise though. So we're just going to throw a little bit more cornstarch in. So let's just grab a little more cornstarch, throw it in. And this, it does say it will thicken up as it cools. I do want kind of a thick sauce, because then it should coat the pasta a little better. Once again, make sure to get it all over your hands. And then just start mixing it in again. Nice little pieces. Or nice little whips. Whip, 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 whip. Okay, so what we're going to do while we're continuing to whip, I'm going to stop for a minute so you can actually get the stuff. So we're going to throw a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper into this to help add a little bit more flavor profile. Pepper is really good in this, so you could add a little bit of extra. I'll probably add a little bit. There we go. cheese and pepper just works really well together. Why? I'm not sure. But it does. I can feel it thickening a little bit. If you guys notice, you can see kind of a little line as I bring that through as it gets a little thicker. So I'm just going to let it warm up and thicken up a little bit more, and then we'll turn it off and let it start to cool, become thick. And I will be cleaning this up after dinner, don't worry. I don't just leave it a mess usually. Like if it's with this kind of mess, I will 100% clean it up. Okay, let's also check. Well, no, let's give those a few more minutes before we check them again. Can you hear that? That is the sound I like to hear. Actually, I want to turn it down a little bit because it's definitely that's the sound of it getting pretty warm. But if you do it right, you're taking off the bottom. So much is going over the side. I'm so sorry, Zach. Ow, fudge tarts. Ow. Damn it. Dang it. Bad words. I sure hope I still have this set as mature audiences. I can't seem to not swear. God, I'm getting so much over the side. Okay, so we can turn this off. That'll be fine. It's definitely warm enough. And then we'll thicken up a little bit more as it starts to cool. God dang it, as I just keep throwing it over the side over and over and over again. Because that's just what I seem to do. Goes to the back of the spoon pretty well. Mmm. Ooh, wow. That is a very, very rich flavor. And it's delicious. Hopefully it's not too rich for Zach. So we're going to start to assemble, guys. Move some of this stuff out of the way. So I can rotate y'all around so you can see us assemble this thing. Oh man, I burned myself a little. Truthfully, I've lost track of how often I burn myself. It's not too big of a deal. As long as, like, it's not good to burn yourself. But it's not, I haven't burned myself to a point of it needing to go to a hospital, like an emergency or anything. Make sure to continue to stir your sauce, even as it cools down, so it does not stick to the bottom of the pan. So what we're going to do is we got this nice big bowl here. So we're going to throw the pasta in. Blurp. You got stuck together. Break that up with a fork and stuff. Chicken. Then we'll just mix this with a fork. Just break up the pasta a little bit. There we go. Get it all mixed together. Now what would be really good is to put like tomatoes and stuff in this as well. Actually, I would recommend probably putting it on top rather than straight in. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I got a ladle. I might have a ladle. Need to find it. Well, let's find the one I'm thinking of. Ah, there. So I have this thing, which I'm just going to use to scoop the sauce. I'm just going to bring this over to the sauce for a minute. You won't really be missing much, guys, besides a little bit of sauce going in. It's not too big of a deal. Okay. So it seems like buttermilk definitely gives a lot more of a richer Parmesan, or more of a rich flavor to it. Okay, probably put a little bit more in, but not too much. I'm gonna check my thing real quick. My carrots. So just ignore me for a moment. Stare at the bowl of pasta. Carrots are perfect. Pull that off the heat. So good timing with the carrots because they're just about done. Alright, mix this all together. Okay. Nice Alfredo pasta there. Gonna get a bowl. And I'm actually going to top mine with some stuff. So, gonna do bowl. So there's a bowl. Bowl with some pasta and some chicken. Okay. Okay, I might need to grab another cutting board actually. I'll just grab a little one, of course. Okay. Well, clean around a little bit, not too bad. So we're gonna cut up some tomato. This will fit really well in. And then I'm going to do some avocado as well. When I do my avocado, though, I like to use a butter knife, especially since usually I got one that's soft enough to do so. And this will actually add a little bit of a lemony flavor, which would be pretty good, I think. Let's get rid of that little top spot. A little bit of that spot. Alright, then just slice the avocado up into bite-sized pieces-ish, or to whatever size you kind of want your avocado. And we'll just toss that in. We'll get a little bit of a lemony flavor, but not too bad, I don't think. I guess we'll find out. Alright. So there's that. And I'm going to get a little plate for myself for my carrots. Okay, I'll grab a big plate for the other carrots. What I like to do with carrots, I know you guys can't see me, take off the lid, take out the steamer basket, and put the steamer basket on a plate. Okay. And I'm just gonna try and leave the biggest ones for Zach. I tend to take a lot more carrots because carrots are like my favorite. There we go. Alright. Now I'll just set this off to the side for Zach. Grab a little more water. Alright. And now this would actually be really good. Let me see if I can get my other camera working. I really want to get this other one working, because then right now I could be staring at that. That's alright. I'll get that figured out at some point. So I'm just going to put the carrots off to the side. I'm going to put this on the table actually, because I know I love carrots. I'll eat carrots all the time. But this is what we're after today. Sauce is definitely thickening up in the pan, so let me turn you guys over a little. It's very close. I still haven't downloaded that thingy-mabob. There, a little bit better. Alright, so one more look, close-up look. Got the avocado and tomato, and then our pasta. So a lot more veggies than pasta, which is a good idea. I don't do it enough. I'm just going to kind of mix it up a little bit. And then we're going to get a bite of pasta and chicken. All right, and a bite of avocado by the look of it. Okay. Ooh. The avocado's good. Ooh. So putting the sauce on the chicken and noodles tamed it down. But it tastes really good. It's light. That might just be the amount I put on. But that's good. Like, there's definitely a richness to it. And it definitely is a little bit of a thicker than normal Alfredo. But it actually tastes really good. This is something I will 100% do again. Straight up. So I'll throw a little bit more pasta in my bowl. Just to even it out. Just like that much. There we go. Just to have kind of even between pasta and veggies so I don't run out of pasta completely. Alright. But yeah, this is really good. Next time I'll just make less of it. Because I don't need this much sauce. Because there's a lot left over. There's probably a full cup. Half of it left over. So, at least. But it's pretty easy. And it's a kind of an easy, cheap way to make a Alfredo to where you don't have to have a lot of ingredients. And you could do it a few times before you run out of ingredients. So it's a good cheap way to have a pretty good meal, if you ask me. And then you can throw any veggies with it. The avocado is really good. The tomato is really good. Carrots I love on the side. Broccoli would be great on the side. It's fantastic. So I will definitely be making this again. I'm kind of thinking I like it a little better than just heavy cream. It gives it a richer flavor, and I like that. So, alright, so guys, I'm going to set this over here.